Hello, Plannerets. Welcome to our mid month reset check in. We're a little past the halfway mark of the month, and if you're like me, you might be wondering, where did the time go? Maybe the goals you set at the start of the month are working, or maybe life shifted and you haven't looked at them since. Look, either way, that's okay. So don't worry, you're here now. Today is about pausing, reflecting, and realigning with what truly matters for the rest of the month. So there's no pressure, no perfection, just clarity and a little bit of self kindness. You don't need to catch up, you just need to check in. So grab your planner, pens, markers, and your fave beverage and a gentle mindset. Let's go. All right, all right. Before we get into the mid month check in, let's see who's here in the live chat. And of course, if you are watching on the replay, make sure you also say hello in the comment section because I do love seeing your name and seeing what you're up to. So hello there, Cindy. Nice to see you. Hi, Marianne and Plannerets. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Brenda. Yes, hi again. Nice to see you. It's been so long. So I have a question here. If you had to give this month a color so far, what would it be? And so Cindy says red for the hot weather. We have Brenda saying blue heart. I love that you put a heart there. Now for me, it would be yellow because for me, I have a color coding when it comes to my mood. Yellow, it's sort of like neither here nor there, not good, not bad, in the middle. And so as I work through my own emotions and all that stuff, I'm taking it easy. So I am having yellow as my color, as in, look, there's sunshine behind all those doubtful thoughts of mine. I love it. Everyone is saying hello to everyone. Hello, Anna. First time here. Nice to see you. Let me see if I can get my welcome. Yay! Thank you so much. I appreciate you. So Anna's color is orange. The way this month is going so far. Look, I love this question because look, color, regardless of whether we're having challenging moments or we are having a great month, you know what? Colors of the rainbow. Behind every rainbow, yes, there might be gray clouds, but there's always blue sky. So I'm hoping that you are being kind to yourself, whatever that color represents for you. Yes, welcome, Anna, indeed. So, any of you later joining in, the question is there in the live chat right now. And if you are seeing the lovely crowns next to your name, it's a way YouTube is, encouraging engagement in the live chat. So don't be shy. If you have any questions or if you have any aha moments, share it with the rest of the Plannerets community because they're here to support you. Yay! Exactly. Hello, Charlotte, a slice of life. Thank you so much for joining, Charlotte. I appreciate you. Been thinking of you. Hoping you are having a good rest of July and still celebrating your birthday month. I love it. All right, look, we're going to get right into it. For those of you that are new here, just like Anna, I'm Marianne, and through my own planning, habit tracking, well-being, and self-care, journey, I help women who are feeling a little bit overwhelmed just like me. Maybe you're burnt out and haven't taken your rest, or you are stressed. So we are going to use planning, habit tracking, and self-care as a way to get us out of that into a more clear, calmer, and creatively inspired. So I do hope you enjoy my live streams and my YouTube's here, my videos here on YouTube. Bear with. My 5 o'clock starts always, even though I did warm up my voice, the 5 o'clock start is still a little croaky there. Hello there, Susan. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. Hope you've been having a great week and a great July. I appreciate that so much. Okay, so let us have a look at my desk. So, what we're doing today is we're going to do a review of the goals. Let me know in the chat or in the comments, do you create goals for the beginning of each month, or do you have one set already for just the whole year or a quarter? Goals is really a great way for you to know where you need to go. So it's like, if you think of it as your GPS, it's your destination. So you have to have a place that you need to go, so then you know the steps that you need to take each and every day or on a daily and consistent basis to get to the goals that are important to you, that matters most to you. Hello, Ronnie Cat. Nice to see you. Hi. Hope you are doing well. I've been missing you. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much. So let's looking at the review of our goals. So whether you set one, at the beginning of the month, or you just have it in your head, we're going to look back at the goals we've set. So then that way we can go and see, are we on track? Do we need to change a few things? Maybe things in our lives have, changed, and so we might have to put it aside. So it's really important that we review and we check in on ourselves. So let me go through my own. So then that way, if you do have your own goals set, we can work through this together. So at the beginning of July, this is my Wheel of Life goals tracker, which is part of my printable download called the Ultimate Planner Bundle Printable. So I'll just pop that in the chat right now. And let me just, I forgot that I haven't, let me just take off, bear with me. So then that way there we go, my comments will disappear and I won't forget about them on the screen. Did I see someone here? Hello, Irene, the budgeting mama. How are you? Nice to see you. I appreciate you being here. So this is part of my Ultimate Planner Bundle Printable. It's available in A5 size that you can put in a disc, a ring planner, also for Happy Planner, classic letter size. And I just recently created it so it can print into a little booklet that I can add into an A5 traveler's notebook. So either way, whatever size planner you have and you want to use the same one as I have, I've got the link in the description below. So the Wheel of Life Goals Tracker is based on Zig Ziglar's 7 key areas of life. So, you might have heard different things like 10, Life of 10. Some other planners have maybe 8, areas of life. Whatever it is for you. So in no particular order, it is spiritual, physical, mental, home, family, career, social, and what else is there? I've forgotten what else. Mental, physical. I'll figure it out. Social and financial. Okay. So for the month of July, what I did, I only focused on 3 main areas, because I know July was going to be busy. My son is going to turn 18 at the end of this week, and so many different things as well. And I originally thought I was going to launch my membership today, but with life, all these different things happening, and my mind wasn't where I needed it to be, I'm just going to hold it after my son's 18th birthday party. But we're still going through and doing what we can with gentle planning. I love it. Okay, so let me read you what I had set for myself at the beginning of the month. So for the physical area of life, I said I was going to go on my walking pad for 5 minutes, around 4 to 6 days per week. Whoop. Okay, and then get outside for 15 minutes, 4 to 6 days per week, and do a workout session for 10 minutes, one workout session a week. So that's for my physical. Have a think of yours. Did you have any goals for your own physical well-being, whether that's getting outside, working out, exercising, doing stretching? Share in the chat right now, so then we can also encourage you, and then also, be your rah-rah team. Now for the home, my goal for the month of July was do my 5-minute tidy up each morning, 4 to 6 days per week, and also sort the boxes and cupboards of old clothes that no longer fit me three times per week. So that was for my home well-being and declutter. Again, let me know what your goals were so we can share them together. And then for the career and financial side of things, I was looking at my membership. So currently I have my private membership with founding members there, and we're working through making sure we're getting the right mix of, support and live and different things. And I'm getting a lot of feedback from them. And I was going to launch it today, but like I said, just a few different things have come up, or I wanted to be in the right frame of mind. So I'm going to show you how I may have to change or pivot my goals moving for the rest of the month. Okay, so let me know, what were your goals that you have set for yourself, whether it was the beginning of the month? Is this still aligned with how you feel right now? So what we're doing when we're checking in on the goals we have set for ourselves is we're going to be kind, and we're going to ask gentle questions, because there is no point beating yourself up and going, oh, I said I was going to exercise 3 times per week and I haven't done that. I must be bad, or I mustn't be doing well. And then then that self-doubt and negative talk rises to the surface. We're not doing that. All we're doing is, does it fit into what we're doing at the moment? Because if it doesn't, it's okay to let it go, or maybe make it a little bit easier. All right. So, really important. These questions that I want you to ask yourself, go and ask them with grace and compassion, just the same way you are going to ask it to a friend. You're not judging, you're just helping them work through it, and then either let go of some stuff or celebrate the wins. All right. So I just want you to do that today. I don't want you to go, oh, look at your, tracker, or seeing how you're going and beat yourself up. This is not what it's all about. It's just a check in and seeing that things are still aligned. Other question that you can ask yourself is, have I made progress? And what's felt good? For me, one of the founding members, actually, in the private membership planner, it's in a circle, Susan, inspired me. She was doing her, on average, she was doing 7,500 steps. And then I think she's now gone to 10,000 steps on average with her walking. And then I went, you know what? I need to get myself outside. So I created a goal for myself, as you can see in my goals tracker. Get outside for 15 minutes. It's only 15 minutes, 4 to 6 days per week, right? I am quite proud that for the last 23 days, I have been getting myself outside. Now, some of them might just been a quick 5 minutes stepping outside, but it is still a step. So when you are looking at the things you've been doing for your own goal, it's not about how long it was, if it's a workout that had to be an hour, right? If it was only a 2-minute workout, that is progress. You should feel good about that, okay? And then the other question is, look, what felt off? What felt heavy? What felt a little bit too hard to keep up with? Because a lot of times when we look at our planner and then see that there's no check marks, or we haven't done things, we are hard on ourselves, when in actual fact, it might be saying a lot more like, look, I didn't do this because something else more important came up, that I didn't get myself outside for a walk because I wasn't feeling well, that I didn't get all the, read my book, or, do my meditation. It's because I wasn't really feeling well emotionally or mentally. Okay, so really, when we're thinking about the things that we didn't do, what else instead took priority? And if it was rest, then that is wonderful because you have been taking care of yourself. Okay, so let me know in the chat. Say, yes, I'm going to be kind to myself and not beat myself up. So just put be kind. Be nice to Marianne. Be nice to, Ronnie Cat. Be nice, okay? A lot of gentle and kindness. All right, so let's have a look. What am I going to do? So let's look at the physical side of things. So I said I was going to go on my walking pad, get outside, and the workout. Now, the workout, I don't think I did any. Did I do any? So I'm just going to write it down here. Make notes. So for physical, okay, so again, I'm just writing down, no judgment. It's just just a check-in. It's like as if checking your car for the oil, checking your car for make sure there's water in it. Yes, be kind. I love it. Hi, Floral Sister. Nice to see you. Is this your first time here? Please let me know. If so, welcome. I appreciate you being here. You will find my lovely Plannerettes community are very welcoming. Be kind to me. Exactly. Be kind. It's so important. Look, with so many trolls out there on the internet and everyone not being nice to each other, if we treat ourselves with kindness, things do get a little bit easier if you are having a little bit of a tough time. Okay, I love that. I love that. And welcome, welcome, Flora sister. Okay, so physical, look, I didn't do any workout, but I did get myself outside each and every day. And this has been helping not just my physical well being, but also helping me regulate my emotions. Now, I'm not saying that I haven't had low moments or where I felt frustrated or I felt sad, but I was able to bounce back from it a lot quicker than when I used to when I didn't put myself first. So, even if right now you are having a challenging time, just know but by making sure you are putting something on that top of the list that is you focused, you centered, and if that could just be a quick glass of water. That could just be a quick, sitting down with your favorite coffee. All right, so really important that your kindness will carry you further away. Yes, Ronnie Cat, I love it. Cindy, I love it. Yes, be kind, be kind. That might be your word for the week. If you're being a little bit tough on yourself, maybe we can say be kind, because I know sometimes, although I have been very good, I've been catching myself when I look at myself in the mirror and then I'll go, oh, things aren't fit. It's like, Marianne, stop it. That's not nice, right? If you hear someone, one friend say to another friend a mean thing, you'd go, excuse me, that's not nice. So we need to do that the same. Change your mindset and change part of you. Brilliant. You've said it beautifully, Ronnie Cat. So physical, my walking, you know what? What I'm going to do, I have here what I call the Wheel of Life pie chart. Normally, I would, there's, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Normally, there's 10 little segments for each pie, and they represent the 7 different key areas of life that I have that I have set for myself. And I would normally give it like a percentage out of 10. How many times did I do it in the month of July? And I use my habit track. I'll get to this in a second. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to give it a rating. Instead of normally I like to be more mathematical in my calculations because I am a math nerd. But this one is I'm going to give it a rating out of 10 with the satisfaction of how well I'm doing. Hello, who have we got here? Ale, hello, hi Mary, glad to catch you live. Hello from Buenos Aires. Nice, yay, thank you so much for joining. I am loving the new faces and the new names. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Oh, it's like I joined exactly the live I needed. I'm so happy you said that because sometimes, what do I say? It's like luck is when opportunity meets you when you're prepared, when you're ready. All right. So I'm lucky to have you here that we are talking about something that you need right now. I love it. Everyone is saying hello to everyone. I'm so happy and so proud of all of you because do you know by being part of a community, by being part of a group with kindred spirits, love for stationery and planning, it does uplift you. By if you sometimes feel alone, come to my live stream, or even if you can't catch a live stream, go and watch a replay and watch it as and comment as if you're watching live, because it does really uplift you. Brenda would know this exactly. We had brain dump sessions in our membership yesterday, and just talking it through and just knowing you're not alone does help so much. Okay, so I'm going to rate now for my 7 key areas of life. Here, I love markers, pens, and highlighters, and making things colorful. So I have assigned different colors for the different areas of life. So for my physical well-being and for my goals, how am I going to rate how I'm going for the month of July? I think I'm going to give it a rating of 8, right? I would have given more, but look, I like to leave a little bit of space for improvement, even though I have been getting myself outside for 23 days in a row. So this is just a challenge I've given myself, and I'm not going to be hard on myself if I do miss a day. I'm all okay with that because what are we going to do? Be kind. Okay, so I'm going to give it a rating of 8 only because one of the things I did say when I wanted to get outside was to get outside during daylight, because I need to up my vitamin D level. I had a blood test a few months ago and my vitamin D levels was very low. So majority of the time I don't get myself outside during the day. I catch up getting outside in the evening, but that's not going to help as much for the vitamin D. So I'm going to give myself a rating of 8. So in my little pie chart, so again, for those of you that just joined, this is part of my Ultimate Planner Bundle Printable. I am going to color 8 little segments of this pie. The reason why I like using a pie chart and coloring it in like this is because I'm a visual learner. I grasp things a lot easier when I see it in a visual form like this, because then I can clearly see which areas did I do really well in, which areas do I need to maybe focus a little bit more for the rest of July, or which areas I may have to let go for the month of July. And it's okay. Do you know it's okay to let go of some of the goals you've set for yourself at the beginning of the month or at the beginning of the year? Why? Because the you right now is different from the you back then. So you have to make sure whatever planning you do, whatever goals you set, fits within your lifestyle right now. Maybe you planned the beginning of the month and you weren't as busy, and suddenly new things popped up, emergencies, the kids' school, the whatever it is, okay? The be kind to yourself needs to look at, well, where are we at right now? Okay, so true, so true. It is great. I was still beaming from our session yesterday, Brenda. It was just like, this is why we get together, because we could suffer alone in our own little isolated bubble, but knowing that we have friends out there that also want us to succeed and is really important. Okay, so then the next goal that I had was the home. My goal was to tidy up just a little space in my home in the morning for 5 minutes. I put my timer on my watch, or I put it on a timer that's on my desk for 5 minutes, and just tidy a space. The reason why you want to tidy up as a space, even though cleaning is not the most fun things to do, but decluttering not only your mind but also decluttering your environment can help you regulate that nervous system, because that part of our brain, which is called the amygdala, who's always looking for something You know, do we need to run from something? Do we have to fight someone, or do we have to freeze so no one sees us and no one calls us, you know, at work to do to do something? So that's our fight, flight, or freeze portion of our brain. What it does is it likes to look for order. So then when it sees that maybe this declutter, like I'm looking at my dining table right now and there's the laundry on it, it says, why aren't things in its place? What's going on? You know how when you know why, you know how when you well, when we were younger, our place had been robbed, right? And so when you walk in, you go, why is that not where it's supposed to be? It signals to the brain, whether it's real danger or not, it signals to the brain that what's going on. So, do you know by cleaning up, decluttering, sorting out your environment will help your mindset, will help you, the stress level. I'm not saying it's going to clear any stress level, but it won't put an additional stress level when the mind is going, okay, everything looks like it should be where it should be. That's why, do you know, when the towel isn't hung or the socks on the floor and you know, when your kids haven't tidied up, you just go, well, for me anyway, temperament, you know, the anger, cranky mum level goes up. It's because our brain's gone, why isn't that supposed to be where it should be? And then it's thinking, what's going on? Why are things not in order? Okay, so really important. Also have a think, is your environment, I'm not saying like, you know, tidy, pristine, magazine cover worthy, but just have a look. If you are feeling like your mood is always quick to anger, have a look. And then look, it doesn't have to be you that has to do the tidying up. Okay, just because it's on my list doesn't mean it's always me tidying up. I can ask for help, I can delegate, ask my son, can you empty or fill the dishwasher? You know, ask the husband, you know, can you do the vacuuming and I'll do the bathroom? Always remember, anything you put on your list does not mean, or your planner, does not mean it has to be you that has to do it. You can ask for help, delegate. If it's something that's making you overwhelmed and stressed because your to-do list is overflowing, then maybe take it off the list. Maybe get someone else to do it or ask for help. Even at work, ask your boss. Have you ever asked your boss and say, look, I don't think I can make the deadline by this time. Is there any way we can move it to 2 days from now? And you know what? A lot of times, because I've been on that side, a managerial position, that actually, yeah, the boss said he doesn't need it until 2 days. And here you are panicking, creating anxiety for yourself. And then they didn't go and, you know, communicate to you that, oh, okay, it's actually, no, we don't need that anymore. It's like, why didn't you tell me? Okay, ask for help, because asking for help means you're strong, your emotional well-being is on point. Yes, I delegate some chores to my 16-year-old, exactly. And here's the thing, sometimes we have to let go of, if they don't do it the way we want, sometimes we just gotta go, okay, doesn't matter if they didn't fold the towels the way I wanted to, doesn't matter that they don't go and match up the socks the way I like to, it's okay. There's some things we have to let go of. All right, so my home, now I'm going to, this is when I go and refer to my habit tracker, because I have listed it in my habit tracker. So this is one of the ways I see my progress with that goal. So where is it? 5 minutes tidy up. Okay. So we are 21 days. So I'll put 21 days. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the tidying up, the 5-minute tidy up, not the cleaning the house. This is my own personal 5-minute tidy up to help. One of the things to help regulate my mood, to help me reset that circuit, because cleaning does wonders, because it has a clear start and finish, and you see the progress, or you see the transformation, and you could go, yay, the dining table is now clear and we can finally eat off it instead of having the laundry. So what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you know what? I'm going to give myself a rating of maybe maybe 4. It's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I'm gonna, and I use purple as my color code. Okay, as you can see, my little pie chart, I can see visually which areas will be maybe I need to go and look at, or maybe have resented. Oh, yes, done is better than perfect. Exactly. Although sometimes, when I have time, I do go back in the drawer and then refold things, but that is on me. Okay. So that is on me for sure. All right. And then the other one is my membership. So I have been working with my founding members. So these are the, what did I say? Yeah, the ones that have put trust in me and gone, you know what? I want to be part of this membership even before it is created, and they give me feedback. And so far, I think this is now really the 5, 6 weeks we're into it. I think it feels like we've been together for so long. I'm going to put that. So that one is orange for me. I would like to have launched and opened it to the public by today, but I'm okay with it pushing it back because something a little bit more important has taken my time, which is planning for my son's 18th birthday. And I want to make sure, even though he's helping me, I want to make sure everything is still because he's going to remember this. We're going to take photos, and I want it to work out well. So after next week, I'm able to go and dedicate more time to the membership. So I'm probably going to I'm going to actually give it a 6, because even though I'm not ready to launch inside the membership, inside it, I have seen some wonderful progress, not just for my members, but for me, making sure I'm creating a space. So speaking of, I might just quickly, if it's all right by you, I'm just going to put the waitlist link in there. So if you need further support than what you normally would get from here on my YouTube, I'm here once a week on a live stream. I create, a video either once a week or every 2 weeks. I'm also on Instagram. And so if you need more support in a community that you can just jump in and say, hey, not feeling well or feeling great, then you might want to consider joining the waitlist. So then that way, when I am ready to go and launch it to the public, you will be one of the first, you will be first to hear of any maybe early bird perks. Okay. So far, based on, actually, that's a different purple to the one. I'm just going to go and recolor that. Okay, so based on the 3 main goals that I had given myself at the beginning of the month, out of a satisfaction of out of 10, I am quite happy with my getting myself outside for physical well-being. I haven't been on top of my 5-minute tidy up, but I think because I have been getting myself outside, my mood and me, even though things aren't as organized, my mood has been regulated by getting myself outside and adding movement. And so I'm not quick to temper when things aren't in its place in my environment. And then for my membership, both like that's my career and our financial well-being, I'm also okay that, what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that I'm halfway there. Okay, so what I need for you to do, whether you have my printable, my wheel of life, goals tracker, and the check-in, you can just write it down as well. You don't have to have, if you want, go draw yourself a circle and little pies. You don't have to have this, but it makes it a lot easier for when you are in a place of feeling not as well. You can see things visually. You don't have to try and have a think of it, and it's just a matter of, how do I feel? Well, how do I rate how well I'm doing with the goals that I have set for myself? So physical, I'm going to continue with getting myself outside. So this is now a way to go and have a look. What sort of things do we need to continue Do we need to drop a few things off our goals list for the month of July? Right? So be kind to yourself. So I want to encourage you to write 1 to 2 things down you want to keep. So while you're here with me right now, write it down. If you don't have it written down, have a think. What in the next couple of weeks would you want to keep? 1 to 2 things you're letting go of. Okay, because if your plate is full at the moment with not just your tasks and to-dos, but also maybe worries, if you're feeling like, oh, my son next year's is going to have a gap year, but that was one of my worries. I'm so happy that we had a chance to talk with him, and he said that he wants to take a gap year, because one of my biggest worries, how am I going to help support his education if he does want to go into tertiary education? And so, I don't want him to go into debt like I did when I went to uni, because it's just, that took forever to to pay off. And I don't want that. I want him with financial well-being set up. So for me, my physical well-being, continue getting myself outside. Maybe make sure more during daylight, okay? During daylight. And my walking pad, because I said here I've got a walking pad that I purchased for myself. I'm going to let go of that, okay? So for the moment, it's mainly get myself outside during the daylight. So see how I have here, I have go on my walking pad. I'm going to let go of that. So then that way, let's have a look. I am not putting too much pressure on myself. Because when you put pressure on yourself, guess what? You're going, anytime you see an unfilled planner, an unfilled checklist, you're going to feel bad about yourself when you shouldn't. You shouldn't feel bad, because at the moment it doesn't fit into the lifestyle you have. Lifestyle and the season, not so much weather season, but if you have already lots of things on your plate, you can't keep up with it. So look what I'm going to do. So I'm going to show you. So there's my 5 minutes walking pad. So today's the 21st. Look what I'm doing. I'm giving myself compassion, grace, and kindness that, Marianne, it's okay that you're not going to continue for the month of July only. It's not forever. We can reassess again at the beginning of the next month. Hello, Handmade by Needs. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. I love it. Oh, look at you. Look at you, ladies, Cindy and Irene, welcoming everybody. I appreciate that. Okay, so that's one thing I'm going to let go. All right, what about you? Let me know. Look at your own. It doesn't have to have been a goal, it doesn't have to have the label a goal, but is there any habits and routines that you want to keep going for the rest of the month? Or is there something you have there that, maybe at the beginning of the month you haven't been doing? Maybe just take that off the list, and we can look at it again. So let me know, what things are you going to keep and what things are you going to let go? Okay, so that's for my physical well-being there. So I'm going to highlight it. So then that way, front of mind, the tidying up, well, the tidy up, I know how much it helps my mood, because it really does, just regulate my mood. And it's seeing something cluttered and then cleared, it does bring my mood up. So I'm going to continue that. I'm going to continue that and making sure. So this one is 5 minute tidy up. Okay, this is what monthly check-ins is all about. Just assessing, not judging ourselves, not being hard on ourselves. So 5 minute tidy up, continue in the morning. Okay, so how am I going to remind myself? Guess what? I'm gonna write it each and every day. Okay, so for me, I have for as part of the Ultimate Planner Bundle Printable, I can put it on my weekly. So you can put it right, whatever goal or habit you want to continue, write it down each and every day. You know, that way it helps remind you if you miss a day or two, again, be kind to yourself. It's not about being perfect, but by having it written down, you're more likely to do it than not. So I'm going to put here 5-minute tidy up. Again here, 5-minute tidy up. Because I didn't do it as well at the beginning of the month, where's my 5 minutes here? Okay, so I need all the prompts I can get. So you might go, oh my God, Marianne, you're writing it again and again. It's like, but I know myself well enough that out of sight, out of mind. So I need to make sure that it's that, hello, Marianne, what do you have on your list? 5-minute tidy up. And the thing is, the other part of being kind is if you can only do 2 minutes of that 5 minutes, that's still good. If you can only do 1 minute, that is fine. Okay, it's not about getting it done all 100%. It's about getting some things done. Okay, getting 1 or 2 little things done is better than nothing. Roy Green. Okay, so I'm just going to write it down for my first 4 days of the new week, and then I'll write it again. Okay, so 5-minute tidy up. I'm going to continue that for the rest of the month. And then the other one is, so for this week, my membership. So I'm going to put that aside and, creating the landing page and the emails and promoting it. I'm going to wait until after my son's birthday. So I'm going to put here membership. So by doing this, see how I'm letting it go for the moment. I have taken, I said this yesterday to my plannerettes in the membership, is I think I'll show you, right? I wrote it down. What is it? I'm taking my foot off the pressure pedal. So I'm not going to keep going, putting so much pressure on myself when I know I don't have the capacity, I don't have the energy, I don't have the bandwidth to be able to look at that, as well as focus on the priority of making sure my son's birthday party goes well. So I'm going to let it go. Is it Elsa? Does she say let it go? Okay, really important. What are things you're going to let go? And remember, this is just for the rest of the month. It's not forever. If you know how important maybe working out is for you and you haven't been doing it for the beginning of the month, just go, you know what? I was supposed to do 30-minute workout. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do 5 sit-ups, 5 squats, 5 dumbbells, bicep curls or whatever they are. Just do the bare minimum. And you know what happens when you do the bare minimum? It will create momentum. But if you try and do everything on your list, because they're all important, they're all urgent, they're all top priority, what will happen is you put your foot on the pressure pedal saying that you have to have everything done. So instead of focusing on the things that you did do, you know what you see? The things you didn't do. So take things off your list, put them back later, okay? So membership. So check in my membership. So return focus after 27th of July. And you know what this is going to do for me, and the same for you. If you take something off your to-do list that's not as of a higher priority in this moment in time, when you get to it, you're going to be refreshed. You're going to have a good reset, and you didn't put that pressure throughout this whole time. And then it starts to brew in your head, and you're going to feel like you're behind. You should have done something. But if you go, I'll look at it next week, then you don't put the energy in worrying about it now. Worry about it later. And then I'll worry about it next week. Okay, so how are you going? How is this? What sort of things have you, what value have you got for so far by doing a review, being kind to yourself, looking at only 1 to 2 things you want to keep going with, looking at 1 to 2 things you want to let go of. Does this take the pressure off you? Does this make you feel kinder and more gentle with yourself, that you do not have to have everything done right now? And worrying, and then of course feeling behind. I feel that so much. And I'm learning along the way. And yes, you might feel this 1 or 2 days, but by making sure you're being kind, is you're letting your brain know. Okay, we are training our brain to say, oh, it was actually okay to let go of a couple of things. It made it a lot easier for myself. And so now when it comes time to put things back on our plate, put things back on our list, we go, it's okay if we don't get everything done, as long as we get something done, as long as we're looking after ourselves. Okay, so share your own insights in the chat right now. And of course, if you are watching on replay, make sure you do that as well. And if you are liking so far our goals review and how we give ourselves the kindness and compassion for not having to have everything done right away, make sure to give this live stream a like and a thumbs up. Okay, so really important. All right, so where are we next? So we talked about the wheel of life reflection. Okay, so those were my top 3. So as you can see here, I mean, I put little stickers and little quotes. One small step is still progress, consistency over perfection. There are other areas of life that I also want to review. So this wheel of life, it's just a great way to see, even though I only have 3 main goals that I had set for myself, I want to also ensure that the other areas of life are not being neglected. So it's important that we're not focusing on it, we're not making it a top priority, but it's also important that we don't, that we don't neglect it. So then later we go, oh, why aren't my friends reaching out to me? I was like, well, did you reach out to your friends? Or why am I in debt? Or where's my money gone? Okay, so whatever other key areas of life that you may not have focused on, you still want to make sure you're doing tiny bits and pieces here and there, but you're not going to make that as a main focus. So for me, the other areas of life, let me just show you. So we looked at, I'm just going to write here. So this was my physical well-being. This is for my home. This is for my career. Okay, the other areas I'm going to look at, I'm going to use my well-being planner. So meditate. All right, so let's have a look. So for me, the spiritual part of my well-being is the meditation. That's breathing in, breathing out, and having something to focus on. So then when my mind does go 100 miles per hour with all these different thoughts, low thoughts, anxious thoughts, sad thoughts, that I have a practice or an activity that I can rely on to keep me back focused to the now. Okay, so for me, meditation is one of them. So let's have a look. Where is my meditation? Meditate. So I did pretty good, right? So normally I would count how many days I actioned it versus the number of days gone so far. But let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of 20. You know, so normally that would be like about a 50%. But I'm quite happy with my meditation. So what rating would I give my meditation? Look, I'll give it about a 6 out of 10. So I think that's this one. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, okay, so I'm going to color that in. So this one, the way I'm coloring the wheel of life in this check-in is like a satisfaction rating, how well I think I did with it, rather than, how many number of days out of the 21 days that's gone so far. I'm pretty happy with just a rating out of 10. Okay, so then the next one, um, I found a breathing app in my Linux system and it was very relaxing. Yes. So I use Headspace app, which is a guided meditation. Actually, I'll make sure to pop it in the description. For those who have never used it before, there I do have a 30-day friends pass that you can use. And it's, sometimes a lot of them is just the 1 minute deep breathing. And then you hear a nice, soft background music, or it's got the visual on. Let me see if I can pop it. So, Headspace. Okay. So, see how there's daily, you have these guided meditation, and, just pausing for 5 deep breaths. And so it's just, I'll put it next to my. Nice little bird singing. And what the deep breathing does is it helps regulate your heart rate, because when you're anxious and you're stressed, your heart rate goes up because it's pumping out blood to your extremities, ready for you to run, ready for you to fight, right? Ready for you to stay still and use your whole body to stay still and not get eaten by, the saber-toothed tiger, because our brain is still, the functionality of our amygdala is still back in the caveman days of, fighting, hunting, gathering, right? And so that amygdala sets off when it has your heart rate is racing. It signals to the brain, why is our heart rate racing? Are we fighting something? Are we running away from something? So then what it does, it shuts off all other functions of your brain, like the decision making, all right? And so all it's ready for is to do one of those 3 things. So when there is no real danger, because there's this thing called amygdala hijack, which means that the brain thinks there's danger when there's no real danger. And that's what happens when we get stressed, is we think everything's going to go wrong. I'm not good at anything. Why did I say that? Why isn't this happening? Right? Your heart rate goes up. Your amygdala thinks there's danger. And then that way you spiral into these self-doubt and negative talk. By breathing, and whether you do a meditation or follow a breathing app, that is going to slow down your heart rate. What it'll say to your brain is, okay, there's no danger, because the heart rate has calmed down, and then it turns on all the other function. Oh, okay, there's no danger. All right, brain, you can switch back on. You can make decisions now. And that's why, do you know, when you're stressed and when you're feeling anxious, something that you would know exactly how to do any other time, you suddenly don't know what to do. Like you fall apart. Like you may have led businesses and led teams of, lots of people, and managed people, and worked on major projects. But then you go, why can't I make a decision? This is something I should know how to do. I should know how to clean my dining table with the laundry. Why can't I do it? It's because your brain has shut down. It's in a survival mode. So that is why this is so important. We are looking after ourselves, because we need to train our brain to say, there's no danger. It's a signal that we haven't been putting ourselves on top of that list. We're ready to fight something, run from something, or freeze. Okay, so really important. This is why looking after yourself is so important. I mean, we've heard it all before. Fill your own cup first. Put the oxygen mask. And again, why aren't we doing it? Because we're in a survival mode, or we haven't practiced enough by putting ourselves on the to-do list. Have a look at your to-do list at the moment. If you're feeling overwhelmed, have a look at your planner. Is everything on there for other people? Is there anything on there that is not you? So the more stressed you are, the more self-care you need to put on there. So it's your armor. If you have to fight work, right? If work is stressful, if the kids' routine is everywhere, you're driving here, you're driving there, the more chaotic your life and your to-do list is, the more self-care you need to put on there. The more me time, the more you time, because you are important. Without you, none of the things can get done. Put you on top of that list. I say this to you over and over again because I am saying it to myself. I forget to look after myself because I think, oh, if I do, then I'm going to fall behind, then that thing on my list won't get done. But if you put yourself first, you watch those things that maybe you've been putting off, put here, put on another day, put another week, you can get done in like 5-10 minutes. I don't know how I do it, but then I've like looked at something that's worried me for so long, and then I have a big rest, I have a big nap, I have go outside, and then I go, okay, email, an email that I had to reply to that I've been worrying about, what if they say, what if I say the wrong thing, what if I don't get it right? And I just go, okay, dear, done. And it's like, why didn't I do that before? Because before your brain turned off the decision-making part of your brain, okay? All right, so let's keep going. So by me doing these check-ins, not only is it allowing me to see my progress, see what areas I may have neglected, I hope it's also showing you how important it is that you look at different key areas of life. Yes, you are a mum. Yes, you are a carer of, your elderly parents. Yes, you are the manager of where you're working. Yes, you got to look after, look at your budget and all this. And yes, you have to be a good friend. But make sure it's balanced. Sometimes some of those areas you may have to neglect this month, but don't neglect it too often and too much, because I don't want you turning around in 6 months' time and go, oh my God, I can't pay my bills because you bought too many planners and stationery, right? Or, oh my goodness, how come I'm not getting invited to anything? It's like, well, have you reached out? Have you said hello? When a friend pops in your mind, do you text them and say, thinking of you? And that's it. Don't expect anything back. Okay? If you're like every time, every morning you wake up and just before you go to bed, your heart rate is racing, your thoughts are swirling in your head. Have you done something for yourself? Okay? So I am not an expert at any of this. This is just what that I've been trying to do for myself, because I have spent 20, 30 years being hard on myself. When things don't go right, I must be a failure. That things had to be 100% for it to be a success for me to deem it as successful, for me to go, yes, I did it. Because I focus on instead of focusing on the 90% that I did do, I focus on the 10% that I didn't do, and then I'm so hard on myself. By doing check-ins like this, you get to know yourself. You get to know your history and the patterns that, you know what, Marianne, second, third week, she falls off the habit tracker wagon. But she's okay with it because she does a monthly check-in to go, okay, what areas are you doing well in and what areas you might be needing to focus or let go. Okay, so what was the next thing? So spiritual, 5-minute top priorities, connect. So for me, connection, so that's texting, FaceTime, DMing friends, maybe getting together for a coffee in real life. It's important. What we're doing is connection, that you're not isolating yourself and not worrying your friends that, oh, they have their life all together. If I call them, they might think I'm whinging, or they may not want to know. They may not know, Because a lot of times our friends are not reaching out to us either because they think, because they have so many things going on. But open that communication gate, and just even a heart emoji, or sending funny memes or funny things. They call that pebbling. You know how penguins, they drop little pebbles to each other to say, hey, I thought of you. Hey, I thought you might think this was funny because I crack me up. Okay, so connection. So where's my connection here? Look, pretty good. I think I missed 1 or 2 days there. And that's when, I sat with myself for a while, nurtured my feelings, nurtured feeling a little bit sad. And so it's okay. Giving myself kindness. For that connection, I'm going to give myself a 9 out of 10 satisfaction rating. Okay? So coloring in all these little segments of my pie chart. So all it is, this pie chart will just, remember, we're not judging. So if any of these are tiny little, you're only coloring in, it's not so much that you didn't do it, it's just maybe something else took higher priority. I'm just going to put here meditation. This one is connection. And then what was the other things that I have in the 7 key areas? Learn. All right, so it's important too to keep your mental well-being active, because 20, 30 years time, we want to try and reduce any of the things that happen to our brain if we are not keeping it active. Alzheimer's, dementia, right? It's important that we keep it active. How do we keep it active? Reading, learning, doing crossword puzzles, doing hobbies, knitting, because you have to use your brain. So this thing that we used to hear for my age group, that you can't teach old dogs new tricks, it's wrong. Our brain is it's called neuroplasticity. You can learn new things. Don't think you are too old. It's too late to learn a new skill. There's so many different videos and tutorials out there that teach you. I taught myself how to sew when my boys were little babies, and I made a business out of it back then, right? Never too old. So if you've always wanted to learn how to knit, go watch a video to show you how to knit. Go join a knitting group, whatever else. Reading, that will keep your mind active because you have to read the words in front of you. So what is this? Learn. Where's my learn? Learn. See, I didn't put it here in my habit tracker because it wasn't. I think probably 2 to 3. I'm going to give it 2 to 3. 1, 2. I have been watching some workshops here and there on how to, strategically get my videos and content creation. So then, I'm reaching more people who have a few new plannerettes joining us. So learn. Okay, so 3. I haven't been doing that, but I've been doing other things. And then the final area of focus was finance. So look, finance again, I did a vault sale. Actually, I have to take it down. If you haven't checked my vault sale yet, go check it now, mariannecrest.com, because I'm supposed to take it down yesterday, and those printables are, I'm retiring them, not bringing them back. So I would like financially, I would like to be better, of course, 1, 2, 3, but I'll put 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So for you, if financial is saving money or getting yourself out of debt, what day-to-day things are you doing to ensure that you are putting money aside, that you are chipping away at that debt? Okay, so have a think, because the goals is just the destination you put onto your GPS. The day-to-day action is you turning left here, turning right there, stop at the lights, those tiny little steps that get you to your goal. Hello, Elle. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you being here. We're just going through my Wheel of Life visual tracker. Okay, so the visual, this gives me, sorry, I got to put my AirPods back on, my earbuds. So this helps you get a bird's eye view. See, straight away I can see. Now I could go, all right, for the rest of the month, what areas do I need to focus on if it matters to me? So I know, well, here the learning, I need to make sure that I learn how to go and, create a nice landing page for when my Planneret's Inner Circle opens up, which will then lead into my financial well-being. Okay, so let's just say for you, your main focus is connecting with loved ones, and maybe this pie is only a couple of segments colored in. And then you go, how important is it to ensure that I'm connecting with my loved ones? And then if you go, it's very important, then you need to make a priority on that in your planner. So all this visual does, it makes it a lot easier for you to see right away which areas you're making a lot of progress, and pat yourself on the back. Yes, keep going. You're doing it, Marianne. And then go, oh, I didn't, satisfaction wise, I didn't do as well at the beginning of the month. Is it something that's important to me for the rest of the month? You go, no, not at this stage because I'm working on other ones. Then you could go, all right, it's okay to let go of that for a little bit for the next couple of weeks. So really important. I love it. Oh, you guys. Getting the rest of July down on schedules. I love it, Elle. Yes, Elle's been doing your monthly scheduling and your weekly scheduling. Very proud of you indeed. So when we lay out plans like this, or check-ins, or create our weekly or create our daily pages, you know what we're doing? We're setting our future self up for success, because because we don't know what life will bring tomorrow, you know, any emergencies or anything that comes up that's not planned. What it does, it helps to put a guide, a contingency plan that will help get you back on track if things get derailed, if things take a priority or an emergency. It makes you go, okay, that came up. That wasn't planned. I fixed it. What else do I need to do? Oh, okay, let me look at my planner. It says there, get outside. Have I gotten outside? No, not yet. Let's do that. Okay, so monthly check-ins like this, or weekly mid-month check-ins, just gives you an opportunity to say to yourself, you're doing well, or you know what, that goal doesn't fit into our season for the next couple of weeks or for the next month, or however you're working your goals, if it's monthly or quarterly. Okay, really important that you do this with kindness. So that's how I rate my 7 key areas of life. Again, physical, home or family, career, spirituality. So for you, that could be, if you're religious, you might want to be reading your scriptures or your Bibles, or going to church, or doing anything like that that helps you be in touch with your inner self and your mindfulness. Okay, connections with love and social, because we are not meant to be alone. We need to, we're not in isolation. Why? Because we thrive better when we're part of a tribe. Again, it's that caveman days. That's why we love, for those of us who are on social media, we love the likes. We love the number of, subscribers going up. It's vanity. It's not important, but because it's the way we're built, because we want to make sure that we are not that we are part of the group, that we're not sent out of the cave and have to fend for ourselves. That is why we are so into our phone when that ping, oh, someone's messaging me, oh, someone's calling me, because we want to feel needed. So that's why nurture your connections and your social well-being, because it will lift you. It will lighten the burden that you might be going through. learning, of course, keep your mental well-being, spark all those neuro paths. That's my scientific portions of today's live stream. And then, of course, the financial. Why? Because finance stress is one of the top stresses of people's lives. So, the more we have control of that, again, it's about the control and our mind, training our mind to say that, look, we've got this under control, okay? So there's no need to panic. There's no need for the amygdala to get hijacked. So when we do this, I want to make sure I let you know it's not about judging. It's about noticing. Awareness is powerful. Acknowledging where you are right now, giving yourself kindness, allows you to respond better rather than react, rather than panicked on the other side if we are not aware of the areas that matter most to us right now. Okay? So have a look. Where is your pie chart feeling a little bit empty? Is it something you need to focus on? Write it down in your planner. Where am I showing up for myself really well? My movement, my connection with my loved ones and my friends, pretty well with my meditation and career, based on what other things are going on. What areas need gentle boost? My tidy up. Okay, my gentle boost comes in the form of writing it down each and every day to help remind me, because I know I can forget. I know I can get into my own head. So write it down. Whoop, let me pop that. Okay. Give yourself a little boost by, giving yourself these little pep talks. All right. So how are we going? Thumbs up? Are we getting some ideas on how we can also reflect on how our month of July is going, and maybe letting go of some things that is stressing us out? Okay, so reset and refocus. It's now time to plan how we want to move forward. So this comes in the form of either writing it down each and every day. If you have a weekly planner, maybe write it one big focus or pop it in here. So I'm going to do that now with you. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, where are we? So I think this one. Okay, so whoop. Okay, so we're planning ahead. After a review and reflection, is now we're going to go and focus, pivot. That friends, Ross and Rachel and Chandler putting that couch, pushing it up the stairs. It's about pivoting. If something's not working out, pivot. Okay, so do 5-minute tidy up in the morning. Okay, so if you have more room, be more specific about it. Tidy up in the morning. All right, let me read that again. Do 5-minute tidy up in the morning each day this week. Okay, so if I wanted to as well, I can write that down in my focus. 5-minute tidy up, 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 5-minute tidy up. Now, if I don't get those 5-minute tidy up done each and every time, that's okay. But it's going to, by me writing it down, is bringing it front of mind. Okay, so step 1, when you're looking at your check-in and reviewing, pick a focus area. Just one. Okay, let me just zoom that. Okay, just one. One slice of your pie. Okay, which area of your life that you want to focus on for the next week? Okay, and just focus on the next week. Don't worry about for August, all right, especially if you're feeling overwhelmed. That's where gentle refocus comes in. It's not overwhelming yourself with too many things all at the same time. Now, if you have my Ultimate Planner Bundle Printable, there is a section called the Wellbeing Planner Spread. So this is the area where you write down your habits and routines that you would like to do for those 7 key areas of focus. Okay, so for me, meditation, 5-minute tidy up, top priorities, connect, learn, movement, and sales. So if you have something in your planner that will allow you to create a little tracker, 7-day tracker to help remind you, then do that. But in the Ultimate Planner Bundle Printable, there is the well-being spread, and this spread is dedicated for you to help remind you that you deserve a whole focus on yourself and not just to-do list, not just stuff for everybody else. For you, front and center, I am important. So make sure whatever planning system you have, if you have to carve out a little space on that weekly spread of yours, highlight it, create a border, use your skinny washi tape to make it stand out. What is it that I need to do for me to help me be in a great position to be able to do the other things? Okay, and then what you need to do is write down 1, 2, or 3 tasks or habits for each day. So I'm going to do that. Well, I'm going to actually do that with you, so you know. Miriam has, so I'm going to use purple. So I'm going to put it here, so then I'll leave that space up there for any time-sensitive tasks. So I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to put it each and every day. So then when I'm planning each and every day, 5-minute tidy up, 5-minute tidy up, okay? Because when I plan, when I've written something down, I just focus on that day, nothing else until a little bit later. 5-minute tidy up. What are you doing? Are you going and doing this? Have you got one area of focus for the next week based on the goals that you said is important to you, that matter most to you right now? What are you writing? Let me know in the chat right now, because you writing it down or saying out loud will help your brain. Remember, that's all we're doing. We're training our brain to focus on the things that you are saying is important. So if you're saying it's important, I've got to do all these other things except, and I'll have a rest after. That is, you're telling your brain that you're not important. So then the brain's just going to go, all right, well, if she doesn't feel like I'm important, it's okay to give her those thoughts of self-doubts and limiting beliefs. We got to reframe it. Okay, so let me know, what things are you going to focus on for the next week based on the goals that you said is important. Now, here's the thing. Keep it doable. Make sure it's not like 3-hour walk session per day, or, clean the whole house. Break it down into small, tiny, actionable pieces. Now, if by any chance I'm not feeling well and I don't want to do it, maybe I'll just be kind and say, just do 1 minute. Or maybe just hang that. I can see my denim jacket. Just hang one piece of clothing. And that's it. One step. Because how do you move forward? You gotta take one step at a time. And if you're carrying a little bit more today than you did yesterday, just sit and rest for a little bit. Re-energize, get your breath back. You know how when you walk up a hill and you go, whew, give me a minute, let me catch my breath. Okay, it's also okay to rest. So if things don't get done, you know what you did? You rested. And guess what? That's important too. Love it. High budgeting. Great to see you here too. I love it. Okay. And then if you have a habit tracker, use that to see your progress. Okay. So for me, as you can see, I've crossed off the 5 minutes on my walking pad because I'm just going to let that go. I'm going to be okay with that. Track a tiny action each day, not to pressure yourself to be, I've got to tick this all up. No. It's just to help build that momentum. Small steps move us forward. Okay, so let me know. I haven't seen any on the live chat. And of course, if you are watching on replay, what's one habit or rhythm you want to build this week? So for me, I'm going to write it down. So I'm going to write it down. I'm going to type it with you guys right here. Let me see. For me, 5-minute daily tidy up. Okay, there we go. I wrote mine down. 5-minute daily tidy up is the one little habit I'm going to build this week because I did neglect it at the beginning of the first few weeks of July. So your turn. What's one new habit or rhythm you want to build this week? And how are you going to add it to your planner page with ease? Do you use a weekly tracker? Do you use a daily tracker? Guess what? You can even use a post-it note. So let's do that. So I can show you, okay? 5-minute daily tidy up, okay? So if you can't put it in your planner each and every day or you don't want to do that, so what you can do is write it in your post-it note and just move it each and every day. Let's just say I didn't write it down here. Okay, boop. I open my planner, 5-minute daily tidy up. Okay, let's do that now. All right, I did that, put it there. And then you can even create little boxes at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so for those of us, not all of us do plan on a A5 size or a letter size. Some of us a cute little pocket size. If it's little tiny pocket size, then grab yourself a tiny little post-it note too. Okay, write it down, have yourself a little tracker. Okay, this is going to create ease. This is you setting your future self up for success because when things, hit the fan, you have a reminder to go, all we got to do is just do this because all we need to do is one step at a time. All right, let's check. Let's check the chat. We have Neats. I want to build in some exercise. Excellent. Now have a think for yourself. Have you been doing exercise in the past? Because if you haven't, like me, don't set yourself up with because in my head, exercise needs to be 45, 60 minutes. Exercise is also just about doing stretches. Just, if you can do some getting up from your desk and stretching and maybe doing 3 squats, okay? Start small, start slow, and build momentum. I love that. Anna says, for me, I want to have an intentional mental pause for 10 minutes daily. I love that. That could be for you, could be at the, I think last week we talked about energy blocking, Anna, and when do you have the most energy? Do the things that's important when you have the most energy. That might be first thing in the morning, or that might be 10 minutes before you go to bed, or that might be at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when you can set yourself down with a nice cuppa and just putting your timer and 10 minutes, maybe daily journaling. I love that for you, Anna. Excellent. Intentional mental pause, because we also need to take a break, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Very important. Irene says, I use a weekly cleaning tracker only. I love that. That's great. I have a weekly cleaning tracker. I don't use it at the moment because, there were more days that I wasn't ticking things off. And here's the thing too, very important. If just because you have a planner that has certain sections, if it's not working out for you, change it up. Put washi tape over the heading so then you're not and use it for journaling, intentional journaling, maybe like Anna, or maybe putting a tracker. I love that. Neat. I was considering adding 5 squats while doing my teeth. That's a good one. Or even while you're waiting for the coffee to brew, if you do make coffee or tea in the morning, same thing for water while you're waiting for the kettle to boil. Drink a glass of water first thing in the morning, because you haven't drank for, for 6 to 8 hours while you're asleep. You're already dehydrated. Important that drinking water helps your body as well, and making sure that you are feeling hydrated. I love that. Plan better this week. And then remember, planning does not mean that you got to have every single page of your planner filled in, because that's why I think some of us get a little bit hard on ourselves, because we haven't filled out all our planners. If planning means just a post-it note for yourself, or just doing one thing and leaving everything else empty, that is still enough. Okay, I love that. So don't put too much pressure on yourself, and make it fun. Put some washi tapes. What washi tapes? I might use my book washi tape today. Okay, make it fun. If you have colorful markers, if you have stickers, make it colorful, because one of the best ways to encourage change, according to James Clear's book Atomic Habits, is make things pretty. Okay, if things are pretty, then you are more likely to use your planner. And again, do you know making your planner pages pretty is an intentional form of self-care? You are saying to yourself, hey, let's slow down. Let's take a break. Let us do something we enjoy. Okay, so creating your pages, and pretty for you, whatever pretty is for you. Some people just like to have black ink, okay, or monotone colors. So whatever it is for you, it is your planner, your rules. And guess what? Even if it's your rules, you can break it. Maybe one week you plan with colorful markers. Maybe the next you don't. It has to fit with the brain, making sure that that's straight, has to fit with the way your brain works and what season you are in. So if you're busy and don't have the time to be embellishing or writing everything down 7 times like you, Marianne, write it once. Write it once on a post-it note, and then that's it. And be fine with that. Okay, let's have a look. Plan better for the week. All right, so make it fun. Use colorful markers. Use practice if you want to. Hey, if one of your the skill you want to build is practicing hand lettering, calligraphy, whatever it is, practicing your penmanship, do that, because that too is a form of self-care. Okay, so all the stuff that I have mentioned. So this is the A5 Traveler's Notebook, which is I bought it from Amazon. So I've got the link. I've got my fave markers and highlighters there as well from my Amazon US storefront. This, I'll make sure to pop it in. It's because it's a question I always get. This is the Hobonichi Basic Stencil. It's got the jagged edge there to help you rip the washi tapes. I mainly use it for the squares and the circles to mark my completed tasks and to-dos. But all the details for my Ultimate Planner bundle is in there as well. Okay, now I spoke about my Plannerette's Inner Circle. So I am going to, I do have a wait list open. So I was going to release it, launch it for new members to join this week. I'm going to wait until after my son's 18th birthday, 2 weeks. But if you want to know when it opens up before everybody else and any early bird perks. So this is more an in-depth, where weekly we have brain dumping session. We have a place, a community where we can share our struggles and our wins and just know we're not alone. And people who get us, people who like planners and stationery and not go, oh, you play with stickers and washi tapes? Yes, I do, and I'm proud of it. So that is there in the link in the description, and there is the QR code there. Let me just pop also in the list now. So yeah, there's no obligation. It's just a wait list. It's just so then you know before everybody else, because the monthly membership, may be cheaper than when it does open up to the public. Okay, so really, really important. So let me know. Do you have any questions with your goals? Do you have any questions on how to create, one focus for the next week and breaking it down into actionable steps? All right, so let's take a deep breath together. All right, where are we? Come on, it's not doing it. Here we go. Okay, let's take 3 deep breaths together. Breathe in through your nose, hold it out through your mouth, because remember, that's going to help slow down our heart rate. I want you to go into your day, into your night, into your evening, knowing that things are okay, that it's okay to slow down. It's okay to only do 1 to 2 things at a time. And let's take a deep breath together. Breathe in, hold it, breathe out through your mouth. And if you can, relax your shoulders as well, because remember, our brain is looking for signals for danger, for stress, for what do we need to do. So tense shoulders, if your shoulders are up next to your ears, lower them. Do your stretches. Breathing in, breathe out. I want you to let me know and let everyone else here know, as well as if you are watching on replay, what's one thing you're walking away with today? What's one shift you want to honor for the rest of this month? Now, be gentle with yourself. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. That's the last thing we want, because trust me, when you do take action on that one little thing, it gathers momentum. Okay, so my printable download, if you want to check it out, it's in the link in the description as well. So now they do print a lot darker than this. My printer is playing up on me, so the lines are faint. I actually don't mind it that it is faint. Okay, so my planner printable, it has all the printables that I have created originally for myself to help with my own anxious thought as a mum of 2 teenage boys, one of them on the autism spectrum, who we homeschool. So there were a few years there that I had forgotten about myself, that I was trying to be the superhero mum, superhero wife, superhero homeschooler, trying to do it all. And guess what happened? I had a mental breakdown. So these planner pages are the things that are helping me look after myself and not put too much pressure on myself. Neat says, walking away with a smile, as I always do from joining your vids in life. I appreciate that. And it does, I'm getting teary, because yeah, it's hard. And so if you're in that position where the mental load that you're carrying is just, and you feel like you can't let go of anything, because if you let go of things will fall apart. But you're going to fall apart if you don't look after yourself. I'm doing the things that I do is because I've seen the other side, where it gets really scary. The things that go through your head, it's very scary. And I know that happened because I didn't look after myself, because I felt like I had to look after everybody else, and I've forgotten myself. Okay, so important that you give yourself a plan for the future. If that future is just for today and tomorrow, that's enough. Okay, don't be rigid about it, even though, yes, we are writing it down on paper. It's not about rigidity. It's not about that, well, I wrote it down, I must get it down. It just helps you see yourself, guide yourself for when things are not going the way as planned, something to go back to. And then making it pretty, it's going to bring you joy and clarity, and hopefully bring that joy back into your plan again. So if you haven't touched your planner for a while, just go and create fun borders, fun doodles, because that in itself is self-care. You taking time to plan in your planner, joining us here, is self-care. All right, so if you don't already have this and you want to check it out, the link is in the description below. Okay, guess what? You've done something kind for yourself today, and that matters a lot. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for taking the time. I'm getting all snotty now. For taking the time to join me and walk into your new week with what? Kindness. And be kind to yourself. Don't be harsh, because there's already so many harsh things in the world, and we're not adding to that. Okay, so I appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the comment section if you're watching on replay. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Okay, let's go. I'm chasing dreams.